It's Jack, and this video is if he's not ready for a relationship, do this. Hey, thanks for being here. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you would do that. You can just go ahead and click the subscribe, and you can also click the bell notification. That will get you updates as soon as new videos come out. And listen, there's something else. I've got a free webinar. If you haven't done that, just go ahead, click the link below this video. You can register for the webinar, find a time that works for you in your time zone. It's been getting rave reviews. It's some of the best content that I and my teaching partner Clayton have created. And it's all about the 3 keys to being relationship ready. So it's very much in line with the philosophy that I put out in these videos, that you might have some work to do on yourself, and I would love to support you in doing that work. So click the link for the webinar, find a time that works for you in your time zone. So if a guy is not ready for a relationship, here's what I want you to do. I want you to walk away. Now, why do I want you to do that? I want you to do that because you want a relationship, and a guy's not ready for a relationship. So rather than being the person that's going to heal him into a relationship, change him into a relationship, support him while you're not getting what it is that you want, I want to encourage you just to take a simple stand for what you want and to trust your knowing that if you're ready for a relationship, if you want a committed partnership, it is so much easier to find that with someone who is already wanting the same thing. Right? Do you get this? You might have had a history where you hear one thing and you allow yourself to kind of not hear it and you go and do another. I want that to stop today. I want you to really honor yourself, find your spine, your backbone, your foundation, your own center, and notice that you're a super precious human being who has legitimate and authentic desires. And one of those desires is you want a guy that's going to show up for you in a committed love relationship. And if that's true for you, then you need to be fishing in the right pool, which is the pool of guys that want and are ready for a committed love relationship. It's hard enough to find the person you want to be with and to create an ongoing, lasting relationship. It's difficult. Why would you make that harder by starting off with someone that doesn't even want it? Let's change the scenario completely. Let's say I'm hiring, and I'm hiring someone into my business. And I say, hey, I want to hire you. And you say, that's great, Jack. I'm just not ready for being hired right now. Why would I try and persuade you otherwise? Why would I try and wait around when there's plenty of other people who are like, I'm looking for a job, hire me, I'm ready to be hired, I'm ready to start today if not tomorrow? Like, can you see there's just a different energy there? Now, you might say, but the difference is, Jack, I know that this guy is super special. And so I'm willing to hang around for him. Okay, now, is that a good perspective to be in? Right? How special is he really? Like, how well do you really know him? Right? If you're just dating, you don't really know him. Do you know how he shows up in the morning when he's tired? Do you know how he shows up when he's feeling bored and frustrated with the relationship? Do you know how he shows up when you start making legitimate requests and want to get your needs met? Maybe you don't know. So sometimes I'm just injecting a little bit of sobriety that when we're in the early stages of dating someone, unless we've got this very clear kind of intuitive, soulful download that like this is the person, you probably don't really know what you're dealing with yet. And probably there are more than one person that you can be in the sort of deep, soulful connection that you want to find. So why not start with someone off on the right footing? Now, if you really can't get over this person, if you've really got this deep kind of knowing that I just think this is my person, then what you do is you hold a boundary and you make a clear communication. You say something like this. You say, hey, I really like you. I would really want to be in a relationship or explore being in a relationship with you, and you're not available for that. So when you are available for that, if you want, I would love for you to give me a call, and I will be available for your call. I'm going to live my life. I'm not waiting for your call. I'm going to go live my life. I'm going to go explore a relationship. But if you get to the point where you're available, I would love to know about that. You make some kind of communication like that. What does it do? It honors you, first and foremost. It honors you, your desire, your center. It doesn't start some pseudo relationship that is premised upon him needing to change to being more ready for a relationship. And 3, it leaves it open if in such future time he has a different availability, but you've made it clear that that's really the thing he'd need to step over. That's your standard threshold. Right? You have to be available for a committed relationship or be ready to be in a relationship. And then you're turning it over to his court, and you go live your life, right? You don't wait every day for an email. You don't wait to see who's knocking on your door. You actually go live your life, because who knows if this guy's ever going to be ready for a relationship? Who knows if he's going to ever be ready for a relationship with you? Believe me, it's hard sometimes being in a relationship coaching world, because you see also some of the hard and downsides of relationship, right? You see people who hang out for years wanting the guy, boom, 6 months later he goes marries someone else, right? That happens. So you don't want to be waiting around without any real knowing or assurance that this is the person that's going to be for you. Part of the right relationship is, in my opinion, is a lot about right timing, right? That souls that are on the same kind of wavelength, that they kind of overlap in right timing, that there's two people ready to do something. That's where things really start to pop. You don't need to be waiting around for doing that whilst you're not living your life and actually going out and exploring and being yourself and expressing and living your lessons. I'm not talking about you pining at home, listening to pop music that's amping up your feelings of missing someone. I'm not talking about that. If any of that is authentically happening, it's a great opportunity for you to be with the experience of longing, right? Because a lot of being an integrated human being is that you can be with your longing, but you don't have to have it fulfilled. That it's okay that there are things that you want and long for in life that you're not attached to getting, right? That might be part of your spiritual development. But you're also going out and you're living your life, right? You're not putting yourself on hold for some possibility with a guy that you don't really know, right? You starting to get this? So main encouragement here is, you do the walk away, you set the boundary, you honor your needs, you show up with clear communication, and you actually allow yourself to get what you want. Now, there might be another thing that's going on here, right? Which is that you might be attracted to avoidant men, you might be attracted to emotionally unavailable men, you might be attracted to emotionally available, unavailable men. If you don't know what that is, go and find my video on the 4 types of guys. But all that to say, there may be a pattern in you that is being attracted to the unavailability, and that if that dynamic were relaxed, that you don't experience attraction. Now, if that's going on, I really want you to walk away, because you need to find available men and start relating with them, even if it's not the one, right? Even if it's not the guy that you feel really excited about being with. You need to know what it's like to actually have an availability and to like and love that, and to not have this fantasy attraction that's always predicated upon unavailability, right? Which could be the frustration object relation, which we've talked about in other videos. It could be that dad was never available to you, or someone that represents the male energy wasn't available to you, and you're just picking up that same pattern of, oh, it's the love and attention that I always want, but I don't quite get to have. Let's stop that. Let's have you centered in yourself, rooted in yourself, valuing your time, valuing your energy, so that you don't actually need to go and reconfirm one more time, run around the hamster wheel of your wound, that love isn't available to you. And the way you're going to prove that is by going and finding available men. Men who are like, I'm ready to settle down. Men who are like, I want to be in a relationship. Men who are like, I'm ready to find my person. I want to be in a partnership, right? And even if that is 50%, 25%, 10, 5, 1% of men, you can still find those men. Right? So if you're running a pattern that men don't want a relationship, or men aren't available in that way, sure, plenty of men aren't, and plenty of men at certain stages of their development aren't. That's cool, we can agree. Why are you putting your attention there? We want you to put your attention on what? On what you want. We want you to put your attention on what you want. What you want is a committed relationship with an available guy. So you need to start dating available guys. Right? Now, of course, there are some men who look available and aren't. Right? That can be confusing. I get it. I'm sorry. I've sometimes been that guy in the past. Until we get a certain level of consciousness as men, it's not always abundantly clear to us what we might be available for. So you have to have a little bit of savviness and sobriety going into the dating process, that you might have to notice what he's available for alongside having the availability conversation, right? We do both. We even do 3 things. We have the availability conversation, we check in on the availability conversation, and we notice through his actions and the way of orienting, like, how available is he to you, right? Like, if he's not texting you for 3 days and you're waiting for a text back, he's not really available to you, right? So that might be hard. You might have to, realize that, burn through it, let him go. I'm not making any of this easy, but it's so worthwhile. That's, if I could just insinge something into your reality, it would be that, is that it's so worthwhile finding someone that's available, because there's already enough things that go into making a relationship really work. It's already hard and challenging at times. So you want to actually do it with someone where the main thing that's getting kicked up isn't just built upon the fact that he's avoiding you or is unavailable to you. Because of course that's going to be painful. Of course that's going to be difficult to lead to the actual real deal relationship. That my sense is, if you're showing up and listening to videos like this, you are ready and available for it. You might still have some work to do, but you're available for it. So let's get it for you, and that comes from you fully honoring that this is an authentic need and desire that you have, and that it's not your job to prove to a guy that he should be available to you. You don't have to win a guy over. Let a guy win you over if there's any winning over happen. You do not have to win a guy over, right? You are enough. You are precious. You are beautiful. You are in your essence. That is enough to attract the right guy. So you don't need to, bend over backwards, become someone you're not, do some song dance performance that isn't you to win some guy's affection. No, you need to just keep showing up as you, relax the blocks to being you, and let life take care of the rest, because that's enough. That is enough. And you don't need to start playing games for any guys. And if you notice yourself that the only way that you can stay in connection with a guy is doing some performance that's not you, stop doing that. Let him go. I'm not making him wrong for that. It might be that that's 100% on you, but that's not going to be the path to the authentic, real deal relationship that you want to be in, and I know that you're capable of. So I'm Jack. Thanks for being here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Questions and comments below this video. I look forward to hearing from you and your experience. And again, thanks for being here. I appreciate it.